What's up, everybody? Midjourney Fast Hours podcast, episode 54, Halloween edition. Spooky season, Rory Flynn.
Spooky season. Love it. My favorite. Caught up on all my Halloween movies this week, so I feel pretty good. I hate that it's over already.
What did you end up watching?
So I turned on Scooby-Doo to see what Faye's reaction was. We got some reaction there, so had a couple Scooby-Doos in the mix. Ghostbusters, forgot about that one. That's always one I like to throw on. Did season 1 of Stranger Things in the background.
Like original Ghostbusters?
Original Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah.
Big one.
Slimer.
Big fan of that one. Yep.
Big fan of Slimer.
Yeah, there was definitely a bunch that I ripped through that I just put, like during the day, like I'm a work and have something on in the background. I need noise. So it's just like throw whatever on like that. So of course.
Something where you don't have to like pay attention to every single thing though.
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing.
So here's my other thing. I realized why I think I like Stranger Things. For anyone that's a Stranger Things nerd, I think it's because the age group of the kids that are in it, because they don't make anything with that age group anymore. It's like, remember, like Sandlot, Little Giants.
That is a
like,
good point. Yeah.
Heavyweights.
Yes.
It's like, if there's something about that 9, 10 age group.
Little Giants. Oh my God.
Yeah. Like right before you hit puberty and like you start getting interested in like, being an adult and like doing other things. It's like that's right before you're like the most kid you could be at that age, I think.
Dude, what was that kid's name from Little Giants?
Throw the ball to Johnny, or I'm Johnny.
The kid that was
Spike?
No, the little scrawny kid that was like, he was like a little beta kid hanging on his mom's tit.
Don't you talk about my mama. Intimidation.
Yeah. Oh man,
awesome.
Classic.
Little Giants
classic.
Little Giants and Sandlot and Mighty Ducks and Heavyweights might be like my
dude.
top
There
10
you go.
movies ever.
This is why we're friends, man. This is exactly right.
But I think that's why I like
great
Stranger
short
Things
list
so much. Right? It's just like that same age. It's like that same stupid like we're dumb, but we're a little bit like older, and we're kind of smart, but we're not really smart.
I'm with it, man. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Airborne,
another good one. That I should probably go back and watch that. All those fun like Three Ninjas.
And then the second one too is maybe better than the first one. I mean, and then the third one was just like, nah, man, stop.
There's so many good. Was Big Green? Was that
Big Green? I watched that recently, maybe like 6 months ago.
Yeah, Hollywood, if you're listening, start making stuff with that age kid again. Like that was.
You're right.
Like my whole childhood.
Yeah, that was a great. You're right, man.
We don't do it. We do Pixar. We do Pixar and animated, and then we jump to like
there's no in between.
There's no in between. There's not even teenager stuff anymore.
I'm with that, man. I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, we need it again. We need we liked Home Alone. It was a kid. Like we like anything that is like smart humor with kids. It's funny.
I did do Home Alone for the kids. Maybe 6 months ago. 12,
okay.
Maybe like within the last year, and they loved it. I don't know how much of it they understood. Like I genuinely want them to understand. So like every time we watch a movie, I'll pause it like every 10 minutes. And I'm like, do you guys know what's going on?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're like, yeah, but most of the time they're like, no. I'm like, okay, so this was happening, And then they'll like, it'll take us down this rabbit hole where they're like, well, why is he doing that? And it's just like, okay, now let's get back to the movie because, like, I mean, we're not going to finish this, so
can't answer those questions.
Yeah.
Those are the tough questions.
Anyway, dude. So Halloween's.
Yes.
We're recording this on Friday. Halloween's this evening. We obviously didn't dress up, but Rory's got a pretty awesome shirt on. Maybe we could tell that story a little bit later in the episode, the full story. But created that shirt.
That's an AI sick. To physical product.
AI to physical product.
T-shirt. So.
I think that's the really cool thing too, is the idea to physical thing with the AI piece of it. Not like it's anything special either, but like even just with these stickers, right? Just like these little logo, putting something in real life together, something tangible. That otherwise is just another image that's sitting in our Midjourney archive for forever and doesn't see the light of day. So, yeah, man, it's cool.
It's crazy because I used to be a T-shirt designer. Like I used to do T-shirts, And then
I did not know
I
this.
did this all in, I was doing it all in Illustrator, and then like the level of complexity it used to take to get it from like the Illustrator, then I'd have to take it into Photoshop, I'd have to texture it, I'd have to vectorize, or I'd have to, basically flatten it, vectorize a bunch of things, get it there, and then like to send it out for printing, it had to be in like this very certain file size, and it had to be like everything was so technical. And now it was like I made this design in Weavy in like 10 minutes,
Boom.
and I downloaded the PNG, and then I put it into Printify, and I sent myself T-shirts, like in a night. So
yeah, it's pretty sick. And we got some news on Weavy too. We'll get to. I think we'll
big week.
What we're gonna big week. I mean, we were just recording an episode last week, and I mean, it is one of those weeks where lots transpired in between then. Even with Midjourney, they didn't launch anything between this week and last week, but sitting on office hours, there were a couple of like really interesting updates, and we'll start there. We'll also go through something we were just talking about right before this call, which is sort of like an interesting, fun unlock too, that I'm pretty sure no one else is knowing, if maybe just a few people, but we'll go through that. Then I think we'll pivot like we've been doing into sort of the larger visual AI network and what the hell's going on with all this stuff. So Midjourney Office Hours, Rory, did you sit on this one? I can't remember if you were in on this one or not. No,
I'm getting like 20 minutes in office hours, and I never get the beginning, which is the part that I want to hear. I want to hear.
Well, the beginning's tough too, because sometimes David's like late for the first 10, so you're just like you're hanging there. You know?
And then I'll be like, I have to drop off. And then it's like I come back and it's questions, and it's like, well, David, how's your dating life? I'm like, that's not what I want to know.
I think I missed my window here.
Yeah,
there were some interesting notes though, because last week we were talking through a few things. One of the major things that jumped out was you and I were talking about the UI, right? And it was just like, okay, they're gonna do the UI update. It's gonna be a major update. I think you and I were also both talking about like our courses and our guides, and we're just like, oh man, like I don't know if we're gonna go back and redo everything just because they changed the UI now. But that I thought the way that sounded, that was something that was going to take place in the future, inevitably like 6-12 months down the road. Turns out they're thinking that's going to come before V8 comes.
Okay.
So if we're talking about V8, which last time we were here, we were talking about December, January. Now it's January, most likely, maybe into February. But if this is coming before that, right, we're going to get a whole new UI, and then we're going to get a whole new model. So it's going to be, I think that is cool though, that we get the UI part of it first. Let's figure that out. Then we just get a new model, feels natural, versus maybe the other way around is maybe a little bit.
Midjourney, if you're listening, just don't do chat. That's all I'm asking. Just don't go the chat route. Just please.
Tell me what you mean by chat. Are you talking about like with Reeve kind of?
Yeah, like I don't want to work in a chat function.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't like that.
We were talking about that. I think last time we were just like, dude, that's just like it's an exhaustive way to go about it. Yeah. We already use LLMs quite a bit.
I just want to prompt. I don't want to ask questions.
I don't even like typing in to LLMs anymore. Everything I do now is pretty much audio.
Yeah, right. But see, then with the audio, I have to think about what I'm saying to make sure.
You do. Context, that's what I'm saying. I mean, either way, we're babies over here. We're complaining about energy, but it does take a lot. Because I mean, even like from that standpoint, I write better than I speak. I'm much more. I would rather write, take my time, but from an efficiency standpoint, it's like, oh man, I could knock this out if I'm just talking. Still got to think though. Still got to think.
I guess we just need the brain chips, and it'll just go thought to generation.
Boom, fucking boom. That's what we need.
Yeah.
So anyway, like that UI thing, interesting. V8 thing, timeline pushed. Thinking, I would say January is probably like probably late January would be my guess as of right now. Style creator. So these are things coming in the next 30 days now. User profiles for the website. So we're going to get those before end of November. And then we're also going to get this new style creator / style tuner. Ooh, RIP original style tuner. That was like your favorite thing.
Still one of my. I went back and used some the other day.
Did you really? No,
I
you
used some in Minimax. It was awesome.
They
still look good. Those 5.2 or 6, I forget which ones it was. They still look good. Like to me, I would be really happy if I got those today.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, cool. Like,
yeah, I agree, man. So they're already testing this. They're thinking, I think this was 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Though may slip, so probably 2 weeks. You can create and share styles similar to SREF codes with the style creator. So now we're getting outside of these like billions of style, codes that already exist, and now you have the ability to create your own. I would imagine maybe part of that process is like blending, mixing. I don't exactly know how you create a style from scratch without seeing any UI or anything like that. I'm curious about that, but I think that's really, really exciting. Same with V7.1, kind of what we were talking about last week. There's really nothing to go into here other than the fact that they may or may not release it. Just kind of depends if there's a big enough jump to release it. Here's a question.
Do we think Style Creator could just be like you generated an image and then just like bang, it's a style code, like convert to style code? You know what I mean? Like instead of it being
how different would it have to be image to image? So like, yeah, I think that's an interesting question. So let's say hypothetically you prompted, you get your grid of 4. From that standpoint, are you thinking each of those 4 could potentially be unique in their own way? Like assuming you don't have chaos on.
Yeah, I was thinking like the same way that it would be used as an SREF, except it just becomes a code and then it becomes more flexible. Like it doesn't pull any of the. I mean, I guess they updated style reference to where like it wasn't pulling in like objects. Like the higher you went on style weight,
it does seem to get a little bit. Yeah.
So I don't know if it was just like image to code. It's like, oh, here I created this image. Let's make this a style code that can now like be utilized and shared, right? Instead of just an SREF.
It's interesting.
So I don't know. I don't know if that's what it means, or if it's going to be like, oh, what do you want your colors to be? What do you want your your text?
Yeah, is it like are you making selections, or is it sort of a byproduct of something that you've created and then you, to your point, have like a tagged number or a code?
Yeah, it might be mood board kind of thing. It could be like how they're doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey
Here's
guys,
the UI thing. Sidebar redesign, potential advanced view mode, broader changes, core workflow expected within 2 months. So that'll happen before end of the year, I would think.
Okay. With advanced view mode?
And don't ask me what that means. I have no idea what that means.
I don't know.
One other thing that's not on here, I mean, there was a question about, hey, I mean, would the editing workflow be more similar to this natural language, sort of like Nano Banana type feel?
Mm-hmm.
It seemed to be confirmed that that's possible and they could do that. I just don't know that that's going to be an exact sort of thing, right? I think Midjourney's always looking to put their own unique way of doing things, into the mix. So I'm not really sure about that part of it. Although that is one of the major missing pieces, right? Like, I would like to not have to go to another tool and use Nano Banana or, whatever tool is going to allow me to do that, right? Like ChatGPT, I'm sure OpenAI is about to drop another update to their image gen probably before end of the year, maybe. Mm-hmm. And then that's going to do, that was the original Nano Banana. The only reason people moved away from that, right? It was that nice little warm hue that you love and the soft, buttery feel of those images that you can just smell and see from a mile away. You're just like, dude, that's ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, and then also only being able to do 3.2 and 2.3, and that's
wait forever for this image.
2
One
minutes.
Image.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great. And then on the API side, just expensive and still take long and still not do what you want it to do. But hey, Midjourney, I think it's time for text, and I think it's time for object consistency. So those two things in the editor, it's just we've now had the taste of it with other tools for a long time. So it's just like that's.
I think something like that with the object and character ref. It just the UI of something like that specifically should be different than it is now. Mm-hmm. Right? I shouldn't have to go in to the bar and like dial this thing and take this big guess on all this values. Like it should be very straightforward.
Yes.
Right? You either want a character consistently, all of it, or you want, maybe a thing about it and that's it. Like, you don't need to have all these variables in between as long as you've got the consistency factor dialed down. So they need to nail that.
Yeah.
Again, that's like another one of those things that would keep you,
keep me here.
Definitely in the tool.
Like, because then I could do like the product side of things, right? Like I want to have the products that I'm using, even if that's a car. Like I just need the car to be consistent from shot to shot. And the object, OREF, it'll do it, but there's still like micro differences. You'll see it when you do keyframes. Like you'll see where things morph and they aren't consistent, because that's
Yeah.
the biggest tell is if you're using keyframes from car shot 1 to car shot 2, and they're moving. You'll see like, oh, the window color changes, or the side view mirror is higher in the second image than it is because it just like morphs. So it's like, yeah, all right, that's the biggest tell on object consistency. So, but I feel like if they got text down, then you can get products down, right? Because then it's like, all right, then the text isn't an issue on the
I
product.
just like the text thing that bothers me, and maybe this is just because I'm like a typography snob a little bit. You come on, you get a hold of my laptop, you're gonna find probably 1,000+ typefaces on my computer already.
How many
Like,
variations of Courier?
I mean, so like to me, it's one, yeah, about getting the text right, but it's the other component of like how much control do I have over the typeface itself? Like be nice to have some sort of plug in there where it maybe can connect to fonts you've already got access to, or there's maybe an approved library, right? Like there's something like Google, or Google, hello, Adobe, hello. You guys already have font libraries. Why wouldn't you connect that? Maybe they are. I don't know. But, like I want that dialed in control if I'm going to get into this typography in tool, like for me. It hasn't been that big of a need, but.
I mean, mostly like if I was going to recreate the picture of you right now, I just want the hat to work. I just want to say anchor. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you solve text, you solve that issue too. Right. So I think I could probably make this design like I could in, with any other tool where it's just like, here, make that Americas at the top. And it just goes, okay, got you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, it's the like the text itself, then it's the design of the text.
Yeah.
Because like, I feel like the design of the text, there's very limited sort of looks that I've seen, in there. Maybe just people give up with Midjourney with text, and maybe that's why I haven't seen a bunch of it either. But I feel like I've seen the same 5 sort of like style. There's like a specific sans serif. There's like a specific serif. There's like a specific mono. It's and then that's it.
Yes. But for anyone who's a designer on here and you just heard those terms, it either makes you shudder or bring back some trauma, because there's nothing that gets scrutinized to me more than when I was doing design work than typography. It's like, no matter what, I don't like that font, and everyone likes different things, and it's so annoying.
It's like so simple, but it's so complicated.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the mesmerizing part of it. It's just like even a typeface can look different without any character spacing versus, shortening that up a little bit, tightening, that space between the letters, and all of a sudden it looks totally different, and so you've got that, you've got the variability with the weight, and like I think like that's where it's so you can nerd out over that stuff, just like we do with Midjourney. But
do a whole pod on typography if we needed to,
and conspiracy theories. Apparently, you and I we could go deep.
That one too.
PSYOP. I mean, what are we doing?
Probably.
I think so at this point. Yeah. I think that's it for the Midjourney updates. I think that's pretty much it for office hours. I will say though, maybe
you want to show your profile code thing?
Yeah, let's jump into this real quick.
Yeah.
So we were just talking before this, and it's just been one of those weeks where I've been generating a lot of images, mostly for like work stuff, but I hate my P code. And if you've been around here for a while, you know this. And so I don't know what compelled me to do it, but I was just like, hey, look, let me try one of these other profiles. And I specifically thought, let me just try it and see if it runs it with my V7. And I don't know if I'm going crazy, but I remember when you couldn't run those using V7. You had to change the model to V6, because I remember that it was just like I had to go in here and change this and then change it back, and it's just like, okay, I get it. But I've gone in here and I've selected this one. You can see these are V6 codes here. Now, important note, because Rory identified this as we were kind of testing this out before we got on here. These are not my global V6, okay? So if we go into personalize, you've got your V6 global, and it wants you to swap. It will not run that on 7. But what I did notice, though, is it will run these other ones that I created, these other profiles that were V6, and it will run it on the V7 model. So just like for, purposes of doing this live, so you guys believe me, like let's just run this really quick. We'll do the same thing we just did. And what I'm going to show you here is 2 things. 1, you can see I'm in 7. And then 2, I've got profile personalization on, and I've got this one selected. Again, V6 right here. Okay. I'm going to run this. It's running. Then you can see here, my global V7 is not on. Okay. So it's not coupled with that. It's running this, and then here's V7. Now, it also will let me, I can combine these too with these. So it still lets me select all those other ones. I could run these in combination, whatever I want to do. And I could do the same thing. But I thought that was interesting because I was just like banging my head against the wall because I was generating a bunch of images again. And I had to use my personalization code, and I'm running stylize 100, right? I'm already low. And I'm just like thinking, this sucks. They need to hurry up and change this personalization, which they also talked about that, guys, on Office Hours, by the way. New personalization's coming, and it's going to be a new system to determine your personalization. So you're not going to just pick this A and B anymore, 1 or 2 or skip. And it's going to get away from this either warm or sort of like cold hue that is attached to it. So thank God. But that's how I ran into this. And so this is possible. Give it a try. This unlocks a lot of things for me now because I really liked a lot of my codes in V6, as I know you did. And it's like, and I love everything about V7 outside of the personalization itself. So if I can get V7 quality using V6 personalization, sign me up for that. Sign me up. So
down. I mean, I didn't even change my V6 code. Like my V6 codes got to a point where I was like, I don't even want to go update them. Like I just like them. I'm not going to go hit anything else. Like,
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, look, this is the V7. This is the V7 quality. You
texture,
getting the micro, yeah. So
super texture.
Anyway, cool little unlock. It's kind of funny how we're finding little things every week now that we're back in the tool. And we discover these things, but that's a fun one. Highly encourage you guys to try that one out, especially if you liked some of those past codes. I think we all did V6. So
definitely big. When you said it, I was like, no, it doesn't work. This might, because if you guys don't know this, if you haven't been on here, Drew's had some like weird features that only work for him.
That was weird. That mood board thing was
Yeah.
crazy. I thought I was losing my mind there too. Right? Because it was like you could mix mood boards, you could combine multiple, and that was right at the beginning, and no one else could do that. And I was like, wait, no one else is like here. Like, look, believe me, here. And no one else could do it. And then like 2 weeks later, everybody else could do it. I don't know.
It's like Drew's got like the golden ticket Midjourney account. They just
Maybe.
like they seed him
Maybe
the new stuff without telling him.
I was on Office Hours and I asked, I was curious. It's like, how many images do we think the person that's generated the most images is generated?
Yeah.
They didn't know. They didn't know, but they did say no one's reached 1 million yet.
Really?
Yeah.
So
he said
400,000, something like that.
No, I'm not. I'm right at 250.
Really? I thought you were like at 200, like maybe a couple months ago.
I was at, there were like a couple months where I wasn't generating much, True. And then this last week, I was just telling you, I was like, I probably generated 10 to 15,000, I was just like crazy.
Ripping.
But he was like, David did say, he's like, I know there are a couple people with, a couple 100,000, or there are a good number of people with a couple 100,000, but he's like, no one's reached 1 million. Cause I was wondering about it. I was like, man, I feel like maybe somebody's just a crazy asshole has reached 1 million, but
I figured someone would be there. I mean, that's 83,000 a month. So if you kept up,
Jesus,
right? You'd have to do, for in a year, that would be, if you did 1 million in a year. So 2 years, you'd have to do 40,000.
So let's just say I'm at 250 flat right now, and I want to get to 1 million. So 750, and let's say I gave myself, oh my God, a year to do it. How many images would I have to generate a day or a month?
You'd have to do at least
Are you doing the math on this?
60? I'm trying to do it in my head. 60,000 a month, maybe.
Jesus.
60 times. No, it should be 60. Hold on.
Divided by 12, which would be 62,500 a month. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Divided by.
We're not math people, guys.
So you'd have to generate about 2,000 images a day.
That's a lot. It's a lot to do it in a year, or to finish up to get to 1 million.
To get to 1 million.
2,000. That's
2,000 a day.
And do we know if the image is made? Does that mean does that mean 2,000 generations, or does that mean like every generation is 4? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm pretty sure every one is 4.
All right, so every one is 4.
We're gonna try this just now.
So let's see. Because this is for research purposes we have to
okay,
do this kind of stuff.
243,794.
Okay.
So if I run, let's just run this. This should be 8 images, right?
Yeah.
All right. We'll wait till it's done just to check. So 243,794.
This is highly compelling.
I mean, yeah, it really is, guys. Take it easy. We're getting to the answer, all right? I mean,
this is for the real ones out there.
Yeah. 243,794.
I mean, they should
243,796.
Okay.
So yeah, that's interesting, bro. So this is 1 generation versus 4. Now that makes much more sense. Why I'm like, I feel like even though 243 is high, like it just feels like it's been a lot more. Because and that does make sense, because this would be 8. I mean, just think about how many. I mean, you could get to 1,000 pretty easily if that's the case, I guess.
Because then definitely very subtle, very strong. That counts as 1 then. Like it's generating 4. So things like that, remix, right?
I wonder if upscale counts.
Probably.
Yeah.
I would say it's because it's 1.
Like let's just do 1 and see.
And that'll be 1. Just hit very subtle on 1. See if it is 1.
True.
And then again, from compelling podcast.
Guys, I mean we're getting to the answers that everybody really wants to know.
Yeah, this is important because
this is important.
I'm sure someone on here that's listening has to have at least 100,000.
Okay, so this is done.
Like, I know that if you're here listening to us, you definitely have a good number.
Yeah, so that counts as 1. You're very, and then let's see if this upscale counts.
It's going to be another thing. Midjourney's upscale relatively fast in comparison to other upscalers.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we got to give them credit, and honestly, the subtle upscaler. I mean, look, I know upscalers people are snobby about upscalers, but yes. I think like just generally speaking, this is pretty good. I mean,
yeah,
I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, if I really want to make sure it's locked in, right, maybe go to Magnific or Topaz or something like that. But that's pretty good, man. And then let's see, the upscale did count. So okay, we got our answer. We know now.
Speaking of that, I find there's an upscale hole in the marketplace right now.
Tell me more.
So I feel like of all the upscalers that I've used, they all do something well, but not everything well. Like the thing that bugs me with Magnific is that like if I have text on anything and you use the creative upscale, like it messes the text up. Or like even if it was just a picture of you and your hat it's gonna like mess up the logo and mess up that stuff.
Why is there not? Right? Yeah, why is there not like maybe a
mask?
Mask. There we go.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That, but then the other side of it is like because Magnific does great stuff with like texture and detail and like all that other things, like that's what I want. But then the other upscalers kind of just soften everything and just like make it bigger. Like, but it won't mess the text up. It just won't add like the details that I'm looking for. So to me, there's like I tried this new one called Lupa the other day.
Lupa.
Yeah, and it was there is actually like a really cool setting in there. Let me see. Actually, maybe I'll pull it up.
Lupa.
I tested it all for you guys, so you don't have to. I did the $24 a month plan.
What a nice guy.
Yeah,
Are you always just that nice?
100%, dude. That's why
It's
we
awesome.
do this.
It's awesome.
Because I'm like, you know what? No one else is doing it. I'll do it. So
Spell it for me too, and well, not just for me. Spell it for everybody. What we got here?
Lupa, Lupa. So like, there's this one I was doing on Midjourney image. They have this setting called realistic, so it'll take like your AI image and try to make it like more realistic,
Huh.
which was interesting.
Whoa. So yeah, that's interesting.
Right? I don't know what's bugging out right now, but that was Midjourney. This is it with the realistic side, right?
Huh.
But you can go. They have a couple models. It's like they have a Flux, which is more like advanced control. The video is actually really decent. It just takes like I did this Sora video. If I was to compare it,
Oh, so it does video too.
it does video. Like it's not. It's actually
Huh.
really good for video. Like I found it to be like kind of awesome. But this took about 38 minutes to do the 10-second video. Right.
Oh.
So it was good. I was impressed. I don't know if it's just running on Topaz API. Feels like there's some Magnific in here because of there's creative and
Interesting.
precision,
Yeah.
right? But there's different models. You can
Yeah.
go up in resolution up to 6K. See if I have some other ones here that are actually.
They got something that says max in their pricing, max 13K res.
So this one was interesting, right? Like this is like that realistic filter where it's like this was a Midjourney image, and then like it makes it more realistic, right? Which is like okay, like I don't know if I really want that for some things, but it did one really well.
But it could, yeah. But for certain situations, it could be.
Was this it? Yeah, this one. No, that's not the one.
Ooh.
Was this one?
But
yeah, this one, right? Like it screws up the food. Like you can tell this is AI, but it screws up the food a little bit. And but it makes the people definitely look more realistic.
this is where that mask, dude.
Yeah,
I mean, because
that's not it.
there when you have these separate things like this, something in the foreground, something in the background,
Yeah,
and they're not the same thing either, then this is a perfect example of like, you can't control it. Like there, you can't keep parts of it, but you should be able to.
Pretty good, right? I mean, like this, like for skin texture, right? Like
Hell
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
decent, and they're using this creative, the creative upscaler here. But I was pretty impressed with just like this sort of realism one. Like I thought that was actually pretty good for. Even though it changed the entire color scheme, which I didn't want it to do,
But I do like it. And
yeah,
this is app.lupaupscaler.com in case you're curious.
Yeah. And this is pricing, so you can see I'm on the $24 a month one. I'm gonna I don't know how much longer. Apparently they have an API too, so I don't know. You can probably take this into somewhere else if you want to.
So that's super interesting. I might have to give that a try. There's also that Magnific dropped Precision V2. We could talk about that briefly too for folks wondering. I'm not an upscaling expert by any means. Like I don't upscale outside of Midjourney too often, but I like where this is at. So this is with the Precision upscaler. What's changed here is like you've got this version where it kind of breaks it down. So V2 Sublime, the most versatile, this subtle creative touch. And I think out of my experience is really, really good. But this V2 photo, if you need something to be straight as it is, it's basically like dialing down creativity to zero, right? And in the creative function. So I think some of this is like, yeah, it's new. It's also kind of like borrowed and taken from other things they've already created here. But I was using this. I think this was with Sublime.
Sublime is good.
And
I like Sublime a lot.
I like this too because I just added, I wanted some grain in there and I wanted some sharpening in there. Yeah. And, here's the difference, right? So, well, actually this is Sublime, sharpened 40%, smart grain 10%. So this is different than what you see here, but
solid.
Sick.
And for anyone who's wondering too, on the Sublime thing, the difference between 2X and 4X is pretty big. Like in terms of like the detail I've noticed, at least. I don't know if you noticed a difference there.
I'm curious about this too for you. When you take images from Midjourney, you upscale them in Magnific, are you taking the non-upscaled version or the upscaled version?
Depends. sometimes. Like it depends on what, like if Midjourney's upscale looks really good, I still go in there and do it just to see what it'll do.
Yeah, sometimes it's almost overkill. Like it can like, especially I find there sometimes becomes trouble with the HDR and fractality aspect of it. You gotta like really dial those down if you're taking the upscale version from Midjourney in here. That's what I've done several times, but like I'm starting to kind of be more consistent with taking the non-upscale in here and just going straight to 4X, and just doing everything there because it just introduces less artifacts and it's not so restrictive. Because you get into the upscale in here, it starts like the fractality and HDR specific, they're hard to kind of like really dial down because you might want some of that in the image, but you can't really control it once you bring the upscale version in here already.
Yeah. There's one thing that I think here's a pet peeve for anyone that's listening who's in product on any of these tools. If you are listening at all, nothing annoys me more than when I drop something into one of these tools and it's like file size too big, and I'm just like, have like an auto compressor feature or something like that.
Yeah.
Like going into like text to video stuff, like I do it on
Great
Kling
point.
and Minimax. It's just like, just compress it down to the highest like quality that you can to then use it, because then I have to go take it out. I have to decompress this, or take it down in size, re-export it, bring it back in. It's just like so annoying. They end up not doing it half the time. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm not doing that. But it's
I'm with you
dumb
on
thing,
that.
right? Dumb thing that just pet peeves me. But I think Magnific again just still has the most sort of options to like make something. And I like Mystic too, but I use it on Weavy.
Yep. Yeah. Speaking of, let's segue. I think that's it for, Magnet. I think we just wanted to showcase and let you guys know that there is that Precision V2. It's available. Pretty good. My first take on it. I love the sort of like ultra detail and the smart grain in there. It's a nice touch.
Yeah.
Let's talk Weavy, man. What happened for those of you that don't know?
Weavy was acquired by Figma, which to me is a perfect match. It is the exact sort of ethos of both of the companies, and it's game on now. Like, I think to me what's so interesting about this is, number one, Weavy has been launched for 4 months, acquired by mega company, and that's really, I think, is as much of a story as anything else. The 13-person
I think so too.
13-person company launched and acquired within 4 months, able to handle a really advanced or really like ever quickly growing user base with 13 people. And they built this as you had like sort of like a mixture of, like, I'd say they're probably the closest AI tool community to Midjourney, where it's like they built with a community focus around it. And Discord is super active. Lior, their founder, will get in there and answer people. Like, it's, Netta over there too, like, amazing at just like really like getting the community involved in stuff. And I ask her questions and she helps. And it's like they get back to me right away with certain things. I'm running a corporate training and I'm like, oh, can we do like a demo account for some of these people? It's like done in 15 seconds. So there is like this benefit of having this.
That's what I always
team,
enjoy
right?
about just that's what I enjoy about small companies, either being the consumer or working for the small company, is just the agility and the ability to like do the unscalable things, because those are the things that people remember the most.
Yeah. And like what I remember the most is just like being able to talk to them. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, there's,
you're right though, Rory. I mean, dude, right. The velocity, and then I don't know. I mean, was Flora before them?
Flora might have launched like a couple weeks ahead of them, but I know they were both in development at the same time. And
okay.
Flora's like if there was like tiers to it, like Flora's like the entry level, like most accessible, simple, easy to use, like kind of constricted learning on the tools. You don't have to go that far. Weavy's like the mid ground, where it's like if you want to go a little bit crazier, you want to do some more stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's Comfy. So it's like Comfy is like the most extreme. Then it's like Weavy's like the watered down version of it, but still really really good, and then there's Flora, which is like pretty easy, like anyone can use it, and it's like quick and useful.
But there's a lot of those tools popping up now. I mean, there were, I did a post with Fuser not too long ago, very similar, Node, slightly different, right? It's just slightly different. But now you're starting, Runway added it, Freepik has added it or is adding it, Adobe, right? And so, it's fascinating to see how that has now become, and kind of, look, I'm going to give you a lot of credit here because I think you were doing this stuff months ago before I'd really seen anybody else doing too much of this. I mean, there's still not a lot, but you see it more now. But I mean, you were doing this 4 or 5 months ago, and you were telling me too, even a couple months, you're just like, dude, this is the way things are going to be moving.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, here we go, right? The velocity's taken off. You see the acquisition with Weavy. You're seeing, like we just mentioned, all these bigger companies just start to integrate this into their tool because they realize the effectiveness of this workflow and streamlining and running things from a scalability and efficiency standpoint, and like the canvas and having everything in one place. The tabs, obviously the subscription overload that we have as consumers,
That's it.
Just in general, but let alone on the AI side is out of control. And then, it's just, man, it's a real interesting story. And I think you're right. Like, my experience with Weavy's been really awesome too. Great team over there. And man, I'm excited to see what's ahead there, but
because it's interesting because you see what happened, right? Like this is, to me, this is like a reaction to what happened in the market. Like once Google and ChatGPT and a few others really started like pulling away, you started to see the other tools. Like I think Creo was really the first to be like, okay, I don't know if we can keep up with this. Let's start adding other tools. And then it was like Freepik was like gas pedal, everything in there. Higgsfield's video model wasn't that great. Then before you know it, they have every other model in there, right? So it's like now we have all these aggregator tools that are just pulling all the APIs in, but then it's like it comes down to UI UX, scalability in terms of marketing, and then like how you can get people to continue to pay for this stuff, right? Because then it's like you can see it being like a price, like a drop to the bottom. Once if every tool has an API,
that's right,
and then everyone can plug their tool in, then it's like, well, who has the best experience and who has the best prices? So you're gonna start to see that, to me, like come down. But Weavy was always like, to me, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I can use everything, and it looks like a Figma canvas, and it feels like I'm used to designing with a compositor, and then like being able to sort of like branch ideas and layers and like go in different directions, but not having to do like the Photoshop style where it was like, all right, let me like duplicate all these layers, put them in a folder, click that off, do another. Like if I wanted to test different things, it was such a hassle. And this was just like, oh, go this way, branch it.
Well,
this way,
let alone with ADHD, because then you'll just go down a pathway and you'll forget about the other pathways that you were already thinking you were going to go down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the other thing too with it that I like is that there's no like defined use for it. Like I can go and create our thumbnails, we've I put that video up last week of like sort of the direction that it goes when I create the thumbnails, which is just free creating, just go this direction, happy accident, cool, keep going there. Or it's like I can go build a tool that I can run with one click, and like that's scalable, right? Now, what's cool, I think that's going to happen, I'm hoping, well, once it gets integrated actually into Figma, I know Figma has API in, API out capabilities. So I think, now that can be potentially maybe run as an agentic system, some of these tools that are built in Weavy, but like I'm very interested because then Figma has a lot of other capabilities too for what you can do with the designs and how you can sort of mold and maneuver in there. But I just like the match. It makes sense. I
mean, dude, for you it's unbelievable. I mean, those are two of your favorite tools ever. So yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah, it's man, so a lot going on there. Maybe let's talk about Adobe for a second. Adobe had their Max conference. It was at the beginning of the week, right? Today's Friday. Yeah, it's the beginning of the week, I believe.
Yeah.
A lot of updates there. I mean, lots of updates there. I don't know. Do you want to jump into anything specific there? Or is there like one or two things that stood out where you're just like, oh, shit?
Nodes.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yes, we understand. And the other thing with the node-based systems too, right? I think if anyone here who's listening is a traditional creative, you're using traditional design tools, either you're using something like Photoshop or you're using any of the compositing softwares or things like Nuke or Houdini. Like, it feels normal, or After Effects, it feels like something you've done before, which is why it's familiar. It's not just paragraph and pray, right? Like, for prompting, it's like you can do things like a little bit more hands-on. So, like, Adobe, again, realizing this, and I was just people were just hitting me up from the conference. They were like, "Oh, dude, look, they're coming for Weavy," and I'm like, "There's big news coming next week." So, like,
Yeah,
just,
hang tight.
Just hang tight on that one. But Adobe's got the perfect system for it, so they should be doing this. They already have node-based tools, but yeah, there was surface swap. This was definitely one of them that I saw, which was interesting. Still, like, Photoshop's going to be Adobe's going to be like the precision tool. Like, that's sort of
how do you feel about that still? Like, because I still love Photoshop. I still love Lightroom a little. I mean, maybe not Lightroom. I don't really use Lightroom anymore. I'm not really out taking photos. But, I mean, Photoshop, UI's looking a little old, brother.
It's too
looking
complicated.
A little old and a little complicated.
Yeah.
Especially with this new sort of trend of, we're integrating AI and we want to, double down on scalability and efficiency. Mm-hmm. Well, to your point, what you were talking about earlier, just like the old way of using Photoshop or the current way of using Photoshop. I mean, it's just a lot of buttoned up, knowledge that you have to acquire to use all the capabilities in the first place.
Yeah.
Right. And then maybe how you go about doing it, there's just like all these little steps, right? Like, It's crazy because I'll figure out how to do something in Photoshop that I've never done before, and I'm proud of myself for it. And I'll do it a couple times, and then I won't go into Photoshop for a couple months. I've completely forgotten.
Totally forgot. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Process.
That's a problem. Maybe that's not a major problem because maybe the way they're looking at it is they want people in these tools every day. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I think like from just like a getting things done as quickly as possible, as easy as possible standpoint, this UI's got to change.
Yeah.
Experience
to me, it's still a professional tool. Like, I still think they have the people that are diehard Photoshop and have been using Photoshop for a long time. They're doing really good stuff. And like, maybe there's like a Photoshop Lite. I mean, I think there is Photoshop Lite in some of the things. They can release some of these features in there. But like, I feel like I know the people that are doing like real deal stuff need to have like all this functionality, which is annoying. But it is what it is. Like, I used to have to use all of this stuff. Now I don't, and I forgot all of it. I'd have to go like refresh myself on everything.
Yeah, it's just an interesting problem for them, because I mean they've just got so much, and I'm not saying they should nerf the capabilities, but I don't know. I mean, some of the ways they've got to do things now, like with the gen fill, like that was pretty straightforward and easy to do. They got a lot of these things too. Like, this looks like this is up here in this tab, which doesn't look, hard to do or difficult to find. I just think there's just a lot to find and a lot to do. And it's a tough problem to be able to, like, I don't know, lay things out in a way that maybe you're sort of like really accounting for new users. And it, like, everybody has to get new users. So if you're talking about getting new users, you got to make that experience not too overwhelming at the same time.
Yeah, no, totally get it. There's to me, there was always like whenever I'd go back in there was a new feature, and I was like, what? And then I'd have to go like watch a 15-minute YouTube video and try it 30 times.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, like that, yeah.
But first you had to find the right YouTube video.
Correct.
Which would then also take you time. You'd have to like dive into the video and see like, is this guy going to talk about what I want him to talk about or not? Nope.
It's like a
just
45-minute video.
So that was one of the cool things about the LLM stuff was just like, I was using that a lot with Photoshop. It's like, what I want to be able to do this. How do I do this in Photoshop? Give me the step-by-step, simple, clear instructions. Like, walk me through this like I'm a child.
Yeah.
And that's where I was just like, oh, this is great. This is the best way to learn it, because it's just like it broke down anything you wanted to do in the simple steps. But this was another thing I think you were talking about, which was the light, right?
Turn style.
Is this it?
This looks cool.
Yeah.
There's like, these are little things. Like, this is the finishing side. This is my own opinion, though. Like, if everyone's going to be using AI stuff, this post-production stuff is going to become so much more important than it already is. Video and image, right? Like, the better you can finish this stuff, like, you need like a finisher for if you're going to do like real quality work, right? Like that. This to me is, if you can do billboards, if you can do stuff like this, you can do big print sort of campaigns like that. You need someone who's solid in these tools, right? Like that, you can't just rely on AI to get you there. There's still a lot of tweaking that needs to be done. So this one's interesting. Is this the one? Is this the one where they're moving the light around, like the light?
I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find that. Yes. Here.
All right. Yes. So this is. I like this though. This is what we definitely wanted a little bit of this.
Okay, so you take an image. Yep. Here's your little orb.
Then it's like real time, like Kriya kind of.
Which is sick.
So then I think they can move. Yeah, or there it is. They can change like. It's so cool.
It's nasty. I mean, there's nothing that can't be done with AI image. I mean, like, if you're gonna hit me with, does it do hands right? I mean, at this point, just don't even, like, I don't even
sign off of the podcast now.
Oh my god.
So
this was cool.
I really like this idea. Again, this is what we're looking for, right? Like, this is the kind of stuff that we were
There's the
always
real
looking
time.
for. Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
So, this one was this called Light or Turnstile? Okay.
This one's called Light Touch. This one is called
Touch.
Turnstile. What is this one? Let's see what this one is. This is,
I think this is image to 3D, basically.
Yes.
Which would be really cool. This would be, because I think you can move stuff around within the image and then like also turn it and make it like 3D or like change.
Yeah.
So let's
which was also in Weavy. It was through that Rodin, right? Where you could take that, turn it into an object, and then basically for compositor move us around any direction, from an angle. Yeah, there it is. Yep.
Yep. It kind of looks like it's what it's doing. I wonder if it like keeps the same detail though.
Right.
Like, 'cause Rodin would sort of take the detail down to like, so you could actually build a 3D model and then like put it somewhere. But
so I guess with this, right, maybe the step here, the workflow here is you do this, and then they've got that harmonized thing they introduced, right, where it matches the color grading.
And the lighting, which is important. Now you can match the lighting if you need to, or change the lighting so it's all.
Oh, they have an upscale. They had an upscale in here too.
There is an upscaler in there. I use it to resolution boost or whatever the hell they call it. See if you scroll through this one, see if they have the one of the shoes. The sneakers one was pretty impressive. I don't know if they have it in here. Maybe not. There was one with sneakers, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
This one's cool too. This is the trace erase. So I don't know if this is gonna be the same example I saw, but it was basically taking like, I don't know, it showed some guy smoking a cigarette, and it got the cigarette out, but it also took away the smoke. Right? And it was like, oh,
and the shadows and stuff, which would be nice.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's see. Is it gonna match like? See, like, it's a thing when you're doing gen fill. I mean, all right. So is it just like an automated version of gen fill without a prompt, basically?
Could be.
Yeah. Kind of feels like what it looks like.
Like, I want to see that smoke example. Yeah, here it is. Here's that smoke example. This was the better example to me.
Huh. All right.
Okay, it wasn't smoking. He's cooking something. But you see all that, there's all that smoke detail here.
Covering him.
Boom.
All right. Legit. I mean, Nano can do that fairly decently.
Yeah.
But it's it's just nice to have it as like a little what's
Flare.
the word, cursor that you can just
Yep.
drag and erase.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of updates here.
Was the show the node system? They make their stuff look so pretty, but I don't know how it's gonna work. Like there's Project Seen It. This is image to 3. What is that? Image to 3? New dev, 7 to 3D. Oh, here it is. Step into a world of 3D photography. This is the one where you can move stuff around within the image.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is cool.
Haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that.
Do they get to the point here where they're changing perspective as well? I think they might be.
Yeah, I think here. Let's see.
Yep, there it is. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need.
Just like, remember we were talking about that 2 years ago. What if you could just move the camera around?
We knew it was coming. And there it is. And what they say this is 3D. Is this in Photoshop or is this in a different tool? I can't tell.
I can't tell either. Let me see this. This doesn't look like photo. This looks like, what is this?
That's definitely not Photoshop. Probably some 3D tool. But that's interesting.
Project Frame Forward. What is this one? This is frame by frame video editing. I mean, they basically said, hey, look, all those little updates you guys been doing, over the last 6 months, we're just going to put it all into one update.
But as Adobe typically does, they just hype this stuff and then we see it.
They walk away.
Yeah, like 8 months later. It's not like OpenAI or Google when it's like, here's VO3 available now. It's like that's
going back to
really
that
annoying
point though that you make about drip feeding. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit annoying that there's like all these changes week by week. I mean, it's exciting in some ways. It also can feel overwhelming, but ironically enough, it's less overwhelming than get 20 tools, new capabilities at the same time.
Yeah.
Who's going to go and use all 20 of those capabilities right now and then use them every day from here on out? It's not going to happen. So it's just like you'd almost rather take a piece, understand how it works, wrap your mind around it, figure out when and why and where you're going to use it, and then get the next thing, and then get the next thing, and then get the next thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. But yeah, there's plenty of articles here. This was not like a major thing that.
Do you have the node-based one somewhere up here too?
I don't know if I have the node-based thing, unless this is is this what you sent me?
Well, this one's cool. Like I like this a lot. Like this looks like something that could be very useful.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning here.
So you can sort of
image.
Like take
Object
some
by
stuff.
object.
Yeah. Instead of the keys, it's now
swap that.
This was what I liked here. It was like, let's move that over there. It changes the perspective. Let's move this over here. Drop it in.
Now that little thing right there, that then again, I think this is another little mini moat, right? Where it's like, again, okay, if everybody can create great images, what are the things that separate? Okay, taste and curation. Also, the ability to just, how do you know where the right place to put those chopsticks is?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And how do you align something that maybe is purposefully symmetrical or asymmetrical in an aesthetic way? Right. And then, maybe dependent on your request, maybe this is from a client, how perfect should this look? This is something I'm dealing with right now. It's like, well, I can create either one, but there's a whole different process for trying to create something that looks like from an editorial standpoint and something that looks like an everyday, candid, lived in, not staged aspect. Right. And so like, this is another one of those little areas that I'm just seeing this for the first time where I'm just like, oh, that would require a creative mind or somebody that has that eye to be able to do these things. And it also is a differentiator. So
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it is a cool one. I hadn't seen this actually.
Here's I'll send you. I can pull these up. I found the node one. Let me pull this.
You found the node one. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll pull this one up. So, guys, yes, we are going in deep on the Adobe stuff because I feel like you start to see some of these things that are big announcements, and then you'll start to see mimic products, right? Like
Yeah,
people will start to mimic this stuff.
that's exactly right, because we may mention these other things. I think the best way to think about it is agnostically, what is the capability itself? And then what does that mean? Because again, you've got several players in different sort of niches of this, and they're all kind of going to do the same thing, right? They're not going to leave too many differentiators on the table, right? And that's what still like is kind of cool about Midjourney. Adobe announced something like personalized models, but Midjourney launched personalization a long time ago.
Yeah.
They launched style references a long time ago. Like these were things that just no one else was doing.
Yeah. And that's why it's like important to see this kind of stuff, I think, because you just see, here's
connect the dots. Helps you connect the dots.
Yeah, like here's like this one. I was like, oh, this is cool. I saw this before this smoking and the trailer or the tractor one. Like I was like, oh, you just drop that in and then rotate. Like,
yeah,
that's cool. Like,
yeah,
drop in is that a PNG file that they're dropping in, and it's making just like it's just meshing it right there. That's just insane. Like cool. Like these are all super interesting to me. Like I've wanted to, you got all this stuff, but I'm looking forward to now that it feels like the what's it called is done. Like is this real? Like, is this AI stuff real? And now it's like everyone's building products and everyone's updating products and everyone's taking direction with it. So, like, I'm into it. I'm into it now. It's no longer cat's out of the bag. Like,
you know what? Okay. Hey, we weren't going to talk about this, but I think it could be cool. Also, God, man, we still got other things to talk about here. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, what's happened even in the week. But like, I was just going to show this really quick. I don't know what people here know about 3D printing, but I think 3D printing, in my mind, is one of those things where it's like, oh, it's cool, but I'm not buying my own 3D printer, and I'm not gonna. Like, I don't want to learn this. Is it everything look the same? Is it all sort of like one color? Like, what are the capabilities? How is it actually applicable? There's this company called Womp that will do this stuff for you. And it's printing in all these colors. And it just got me thinking about like this. Remember we were just talking about before this episode, like this idea to tangible thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking at right now, like I'm in my office. I'll give you like a boring example. I've got, these just plain white plastic light switch plate covers, just like everybody else. What if I wanted to create something custom? I could do that with this. I could create my own unique thing, right? That is applicable. I mean, I think like a lot of things that I think about with 3D printing is like, oh, I could create like this little cool like collectible thing and set it on a desk, but is it actually useful? But I think like this kind of thing where it's becoming more versatile, and it's this idea of like putting an idea into motion, right? Like gifting, swag, applicable, like changing boring things could be kind of interesting. Be kind of interesting. So I don't know.
That 3D print on demand. Like, do you just like drop in a render and it like prints and sends to you?
I believe so.
Sounds like a good business.
This is really interesting though, because I always got trapped in the idea. It's like, what am I going to use 3D printing for? Like, it's just like this cool thing of like I've done it and now okay. But I think like if you could create things beyond just static things that sit still, that's where this really unlocks. And then I don't know, like keycap covers for your keyboard.
That'd actually be pretty fun.
Phone covers, light split, like taking boring things and adding personalized, curated touches to it, artistic creativity to it. But
like video game controllers, like I could see them doing like
video game,
whole situation. Yeah, that'd be like. I just saw something that reminded me of that. But this is AI to physical product, right?
AI to physical product. I'm gonna leave. Like we're getting close to time here. Do we want to talk about Pomelli at all?
Yeah, I think so. It's interesting.
Maybe that requires a deeper dive too, because I think that when I heard that, I instantly thought of you. I was like, okay, Rory's probably pretty interested to see what this is.
So let's do it live. I was using it the other day. It was very simple.
Tell tell everybody what it is if they've not heard of this and who it's by and, you know, all the sort of anecdotes here.
Google Labs experiment. So it's Google. It's basically you just enter your website and it's going to start to like drag and drop like creatives. So it's like you just put in your website, you can make some changes, you can edit it within there. But it's kind of impressive. I won't say the quality is crazy. Like it's not like, oh yeah, that's going to be like a winning like meta ad creative. But the fact that it can get done this quickly is pretty impressive. So like you just go here, you enter your website. Oh, well, I guess in this one.
I hadn't see that's the part of it I hadn't seen before was like just the ability to drop in a URL.
Yeah. So I used Breeze here, which was like, you know, it auto I just uploaded the URL and it pulled the colors from the website, it pulled the typography from the website. If we looked at the business DNA, right? It pulled the colors, it pulled the tagline, it pulled the brand values, it pulled the tone of voice, it pulled the brand aesthetic, and then it gave a business overview, right? And then it pulled the images that were on the website, right? So basically it took these and then it just created like 3 specific, like I don't know what to call them, like categories, and just like built these. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's using the font, it's using the product imagery. But you can go in here and like edit these. You can like edit the header. You can, you know, change this to, you know, something else. You can change the font. You can change the description. You can change the call to action. You can also edit the image if you want to. You can fix the layout. So it's
a light version right now, right?
Yeah.
It looks pretty light, but I think like the easy but big heavy lift here is just the fact that you get all of this in one place instantly just with the URL, dude. I mean, you're getting the typeface, the brand personality, the colors, you know, right there, which, you know, is sometimes kind of like just a pain in the ass to get going. And then this is getting you the 0 to 1 phase of creating and iterating right away. When they build out sort of like the depth of, and I don't know, I haven't been in here yet, but just looking based on that UI, it's just like, dude, and then you ultimately have like the ability to have like a Canva type thing in here. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, this is insane.
Yeah, so let's see if we can let's just see if I gave it an idea. Hold a breeze can frame using a 6mm setting on an iPhone for fisheye perspective. Let's just generate ideas. Let's see what that is. So this is like, again, you can just like sort of, these were the ones that were just given to me. I didn't even prompt these. This is just like straight up 12 assets straight out of the website that they
okay. So there was, so that was just curated for you. Now this is a specific idea.
Now, the other thing too, once this is done generating, which I don't know how long this will take, but let's see. Oh, this is just giving me, all right, let's just see, fuel your flow state. It's about 2 minutes left. Okay, so that was more so to like create a campaign than it was actually to prompt.
Okay.
So you just give it a campaign idea and it'll come up with like the fully product first of all fitting into multiple daily, nightly routines, focus, relaxation. I wonder how like intense this is. But
right.
Just while this is running, if anyone was watching last week, right, and we talked about how to like break things down and like not steal things, but you know, use stuff as structure. What are we asking for here if we're going to create campaigns, right? Fonts, colors, taglines.
There you go. Hey, this guy's looking at the code in the matrix right now.
Business overview.
That's right.
This is like a system prompt.
Yeah.
Right. This whole thing is a system prompt. I'm thinking in Weavy, guys, at all times.
Great. So, that's a great perspective.
And like that's the business DNA. This is everything you need to create like at least a decent. Like let's just see what the brand values say. Innovation, say third party tested, clarity, wellness. Like these are all ways to sort of like build into your system prompts or like the context that you'd give. And I'm saying most people probably know this by now, but this just brings it right home. This is like right here. It's as plain as day. It's like that's what they're doing to then go and let's see. Did this not happen while we were
It did. It happened. Where is it at?
Fuel your flow state. No, nothing.
What?
Pomelli, not flowing.
Pomelli, we're doing this live, baby. Don't you know?
Well, it does say, and it does say an experimental. It's a new Google Labs experiment. So
yeah.
We'll see.
But cool. Very cool. Very cool. Interesting.
That's fun. I did want to show this while I have the screen. Was for the t-shirt, just so everyone can see. This is done.
You were looking for this last week on the episode. Couldn't find it. I did use a Hezbollah t-shirt as a style reference. Oh my god,
so good.
Oh my god.
It's basically just face swapping and then taking it using Nano to say like take this image, this design, put these people on that design, and then make the text right.
Face swap style ref.
Face stop style ref. Then I put it on a t-shirt. Then I had it sort of I got rid of like the textures. I extracted it. This was actually just a mock-up, but more so took it here, extract background to make it a PNG, right? So that you can take it and put it on t-shirts. But then I was like, all right, let's just put it on Jackson Dart himself, and then see what that looks like. In a couple different photo shoots. Obviously, doesn't look like him there, but hey, designed a t-shirt, went to Printify, had it done in maybe like an hour. So
sounds done, man.
This is Weavy.
Sick.
This is what I'm going to be able to do in Figma now. Which
heaven on earth for you.
Amped about it.
Well, where are you taking Faye tonight for Halloween?
Rec Grandma's. So hopefully around the suburbs here in Long Island. She's got her bat costume. So last year she was a flamingo. This year she's a bat. And
my god, that's
really,
great.
Really funny looking.
That's great.
And you have dude. You know what I think about, like, I think about like whatever your daughters are doing, and I'd be like, if there was like evil, not evil me, but like there's so many twin costumes that I could like think of that I'd just be like, I gotta like somehow seed this in. Like you ever like The Shining, like those twins, like perfect Halloween costume.
Yeah.
Always there's like a ton of twins.
But they're gonna have to like.
I know they have to do what they want.
I feel like I missed my window to control exactly what they wanted to wear. Mm-hmm. Last year was that last year because I really wanted to do that old lady. They're dressed up as like elderly ladies and they're
that's so
they're
good.
walking the little walkers with tennis balls. And my wife was like, "No, Drew, no, next year." And I was like, next year. And then now they're just like, "Nope, princess. We got to be Elsa. We got to be Elsa. Second year in a row, we're gonna be Elsa." So,
I always love it. We went to the kids' Halloween parade. Saw some great costumes. Like you let New York run wild on costumes, right? And you're gonna get some good stuff because you got a bunch of artists that will spend the time to make really impressive stuff. And some of this is so creative, and you're like, that's so damn good.
Yeah.
Someone made this giant balloon animal costume for their kids. It was like one of those balloon animal dogs,
Yeah.
Make me a bicycle clown kind of thing.
How did they do that? Were they?
I don't know. It was awesome. It was in like a red. It was like a red cellophane type texture.
So they're like in this thing?
They're in it, and
my god!
And the face was like mesh, so like it just was the dog. And I was like,
yo,
how did they do that? Some really good ones.
Yo, that's pretty wild.
I crack up because the people are so creative, and I love it. That's why, again, it's partially why it's my. Oh, you want to see this other one for a little, just a throwback. I feel like you might appreciate this. One of my costumes. Have you ever seen the movie? Vegas Vacation?
Chevy, yes,
exactly. Do you remember Nick Papagiorgio?
Yes.
So I found this picture of my Halloween costume from college, where I made the fake ID, and I was a fake ID for Halloween, and I walked around the bars on campus when I think I was 18, and everybody let me in because it's just like this.
That's the ultimate psyop to get in the door right there.
Dude, that's that's what you got to do sometimes. You know, you have to be a little bit creative. You have to push the boundaries a little bit. I'm trying.
It's
to
good
see
to
if I can
it's good
find
to
it here.
think. It's
There
good
it
to
is.
see that you haven't changed, pushing the
course not.
boundaries.
Why would I? You know, my mom was like, "What are you for Halloween this year?" I'm like, "A fake ID." She's like, "I don't even know what that means." I'm like, "Don't worry about it." It's like,
Oh my god.
it was so dumb, but it got me in everywhere. If there was like, you know, back in that time, if there was like viral stuff, it would have been viral. Probably that it took 400 people took pictures with it. You know, it was everywhere. So that one was fun.
That's when
That
you know
was-
you got a good one.
Yeah, it was like there was that one, and then one time in high school we dressed up as a 6-pack of beer. So my buddies and I we had beer bottle costumes, and then we built a 6-pack out of
Oh my god.
cardboard boxes, and then we wrote beer on it, and they wouldn't let us in. So they wouldn't let us into school. So then we
Yeah.
wrote root really small on top.
There you go. That's
Principal was just like, get in. Just
that's adolescence at its finest, dude. We always find the loophole
Yeah.
somewhere in there.
just it was one of those faces like, whatever. Just like, you got unbelievable. Go in.
Just shut up and go.
We're all sitting there like, huh? It's like, shut up and get inside.
Oh my god. It's great.
But
Well,
dude, love it.
let's wrap this baby up. Let
Wrap
you
it
guys
up.
go trick or treating.
Yes.
Rory, man, this was fun, man. We had definitely had a busy one here. Hopefully, we got more weeks like that. I think, man, what is the saying? It's like the days are long, but the weeks are short.
Yes.
Something like that.
Fact.
It's kind of like that with AI too. Not just newborns, but yeah. I mean, it's like that. I'm glad that we had like a lot of those connecting pieces today, though. Midjourney, let's go. We're still rooting for you, man. I'm liking some of the stuff that's on the table prior to V8, and I'm obviously excited about V8. Really, really want to see what that looks like. We should have mentioned this earlier, but I mean, we said it before. They said they're more excited about V8 than they've been any model previously.
Good.
So, not to hype this up too much, but
All we need is nano functionality, and they are totally back in the game. Still the most aesthetically pleasing model out there. You add nano function,
dude,
nano function.
really, like that could be
Right back in
that could be your floor, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay,
That's it. That's all it needs to be, and then rock and roll from there. But we'll see. We will certainly see.
all right, man.
You guys will tune in next week.
No, don't step on any nails out there. All right, be safe. All right.
Be a good costume if you know, you were the nail and I was the foot.
Oh my god, dude, stop.
And then someone else, you know, maybe Faye's like my tetanus vaccine that I had to
Yeah. She's just a syringe.
get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Juice
Oh my
me
God.
up.
Yeah. It's great.
But, as always, everyone, like and subscribe, damn it, if you're still here.
Like and subscribe.
Tell
and,
somebody.
Yeah. Tell your mom. Tell your grandma. We need more grandmas for sure. Dogs. Yeah.
Tell the kids that are coming to your house for Halloween tonight.
Yeah,
Midjourney Fast Hours.
You watch the Midjourney Fast Hours podcast? No? Oh wow.
You should.
Yeah.
It's fun.
You should like and subscribe while you're there too. But we'll catch you guys. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for joining. Have a great weekend.
See ya.